and if they're feeling a little bit antagonised by your presence, that's what I'm asking you to stand back for.
Unfortunately, you're not the feelings. You're not the feelings police, are you? So here we are at one of the first patriotic marches through Grimsby. Easy, mate. You good? And yeah, it's a good turnout for the first one of this group. We're still the beautiful colours that you can see.
They call it hate when our colours rise, but we were born beneath these skies. We speak the tongue our fathers kept, on roads they built where heroes slept. The rights we hold were paid in blood by those who stood through fire and flood. This flag's not hate, it's a shield we raise for the women, the children, the rights we'll save. For the ones who fled from darker lands, we guard this soil with open hands. St. George's Cross, let it be known, it's not hate, it's home.
Yes, guys, so welcome. Toby, you want to come with me? So over here, we've got one man stood across the road on his own. All humans deserve humanity. So let's go speak to him, see what he's got to say. Hello, sir. Why are you here today?
I'm here to... you know what, Ryan? I don't want to talk to you, mate.
You don't want to talk to me? Why not talk to me? It's only a simple question. I'm not trying to trick you.
I'm not here to talk to you, mate.
I'm just asking why you're here today.
If you want to have that conversation, I'll have that conversation another time.
Why not? You're here with a placard saying all humans deserve our humanity. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just asking you why you're here today to talk about your message a bit more.
Freedom of speech?
Yeah. So speak.
This isn't the environment in which to do it.
Why not?
Because that's not what I'm here to do today.
So what are you here to do today? That's why I'm asking.
I'm exercising my right to free speech.
Okay, so you agree with free speech.
Yeah.
So do you agree on the... Oh, GoPro just turned off, but luckily enough my man's filming. So do you agree that these people have a right to their freedom of speech as well?
Yes.
You do? Yeah. So they're able to say whatever they like, but yet these get called far-right extremists.
I haven't called anyone anything.
No, I'm just saying they get called it. What do you think on that?
I don't have an opinion on it.
You don't have an opinion on it?
Ryan, I don't want to talk to you, mate. I'm not going to talk to you, okay?
Why not?
Because that's not what I'm here to do.
Freedom of speech. Get your message out there.
Freedom of speech includes the freedom not to speak whatever you want.
Yeah, true, but why would you choose not to get your message out there?
Because you're not a good faith actor, mate.
I'm not what?
You're not a good faith. You're not acting in good faith. Your purpose here is not to openly explore the issues.
I'm asking you to freely speak to my microphone, to my camera, to my audience about what you're here doing. That is literally the only question I've asked. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to make you say something you shouldn't be saying. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just literally asking what you're here today.
I've answered your question, mate.
It is at the minute. Can I ask you, because you're with this party over here, if you can stand on that side of the
I'm a
road?
journalist, sweetheart, so...
Well, I've seen you walk with these guys because I've come
film
from
them.
the beginning.
Yeah, film them.
Yeah, so can I just ask you to...
So I'm not allowed to film.
Don't cut me off, please. Let me finish what I'm about to say. So give some space and stand over on that side of the road for me, please.
No, how can you restrict me from standing here?
Because
Just talking.
We've obviously identified we've got two parties. We don't like them crossing, so these guys have happily stand here. So we'd like you to go stand over there.
What makes you think I'm part of a party?
Because you followed these guys here.
Filming them.
So can I ask?
Because I'm a journalist.
Can I ask you to stand over there then?
I filmed them because I'm a journalist.
Can I have your identification then for you?
Would you like to see my journalist badge in my bag? And then I'm free.
Can I get it?
Yeah, come on then. Come on then. Keep filming. So guys, I actually work for a company that is media related. Right, so guys, I have actually got a press card. Obviously I'm not going to show it to camera, but it's got my real name on it, the company I work for, and this is my press pass. So let's see what the officer's got to say about this.
I will talk to you, mate, but I'm not doing it right.
Is that enough for you? That's the company I work for. That's me, press.
Where's your, do you have a number?
Do I have a number? No, that's the company I work for. That's me. That says what I am, a video reporter.
Can I just take that off a minute so I can hold it nearer to my paper? Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't want you to move. I just.
I'm actually trying to have a sensible conversation with someone. But, you know.
I only asked you one question and you said it.
I've seen your content, right? I'm not.
You've seen my content? What have you seen that makes me look a certain way?
You know what?
I've gone.
Let me put that back on there for you. That's fine. We obviously don't want people antagonising each other. It's all peaceful.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah. And if they're feeling a little bit antagonised by your presence, that's what I'm asking you to stand back for.
Unfortunately, you're not the feelings. You're not the feelings police, are you?
I'm doing my job.
I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job.
Well,
As you can
that's
see,
fine then.
video reporter.
Well, give these some space. If they don't want to talk to you,
I just want to understand why he's got a personal preference to me. He knows who I am. He's used my name. Obviously, I've not told him who I am. I've not invited myself up and said I'm Ryan.
Okay.
He's used my name. So I'm just trying to find out a little bit more information of why he's specifically picked me out and not wanting to talk to me. I don't understand the answer to that. So why am I a problem?
I never said you were a problem. I said I don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to me, but you want to have a conversation with other people.
He's
Okay.
interested in having a good faith conversation, and you're trying to create content for your stream.
It's not a stream, it's recording.
Okay, for your channel.
Yeah, of course I am. Of course I mean, is this not enough for you?
No, mate.
Why not? I've been to London. This lets me through police lines.
I've been to
Yeah, this badge lets me through police lines at protests, towards counter protests, to ask questions, and that's all I try and do. And I get met with people like yourself who already have an opinion before I've actually said anything, before I've had a political opinion. People like yourself that have already judged me for what? Being attacked, being verbally assaulted, being called racist, being called Nazi. And because I post that content still to YouTube and I show what's really going on in the world, you think I've got a biased opinion.
There's a lot of projection going on there, buddy.
Did you see the People's Park video? You said you've watched my content, so I don't know if you've seen a certain video.
I have no idea if I've seen that particular video.
So there's a certain video, what I've recorded. Yeah, there's a certain video I've recorded in Pearson's Park. Put it up on your phone before I come back, right? I'll come back and see if you've seen it. Where I actually have a really good conversation with somebody in Hull, in Pearson's Park, right? And she actually has a conversation with me.
I'm happy for you.
So that'd prove my status, okay? But I'm going to go over there and get the speeches.
Why are we here? For the government of rubbish, aren't they? Let's not beat around the bush. They've not followed up on a single promise that they made to get into power. If I applied for a job and I lied about every single thing to get the job, I'd be out like that. To the gutter. Yeah. And it'll get to a point where it'll be totally irreversible. We want Labour out. Digital ID as well. Where do you start with that one? There's control, and then there's a totalitarian state. We won't be able to walk into shops at one point. You won't be able to prioritise your money. Everything will be controlled by them. They'll control what you pay, when you pay it, and it won't be left down to you. Digital ID is not my forte. We have got a speaker coming on shortly. Can hear me and Jarvis? You can't hear me? Sorry, I will try. Rubbish speakerphone. Yes, we've got a guy named Ian Jarvis that's going to come up. He's going to give you a quick 10-minute speech about the dangers of digital ID and and all things surrounding that. We've also got a guest speaker from Reform here today to address you all. It was an invitation that was put out to every party, Labour, the lot. Nobody wanted to turn up, nobody cared. I was speaking to a gentleman, messages went back and forth, and when I told him why we was here, the conversation stopped. So while we're here, they're not. Reform's made the effort.
Reform?
Say again, sorry?
What about the mayor that's the Reform of Grimsby?
We've got a representative here. We didn't need the whole party to turn up. He's come to say his piece on behalf of Reform. And for me, my personal gripe is illegal immigration. We are, there's no other word for it, we're being invaded, people. You look at the local stats, and just this year alone, 184,000 illegal immigrants have entered this country. Rounded up, there's only 182 service personnel within our army at the moment. You can do the maths on that. But regards to the dangers and obviously the demographic change, we've also got the financial implications. Now everybody here will probably know how hard people are living at the moment with the cost of living, the energy prices, the taxes. It's ridiculous. And when you punch over some of the figures that go towards illegal immigrants, the ones in the hotels, they average £44,000 a year each. That's more than the average wage. That's more than most people here earn a year. And we work for it. We didn't break into a country and demand it. We've earned ours. NHS, they're on the backbones as well. I've got some figures actually. Just reel a couple of them off for you. So the NHS figures, they are rough because they don't actually quite know. It's either a couple of 100 billion or a few billion. Either way, you take the lower end of the number if you want, that's not good enough. That is not good enough. With your taxes, people. We've got 6.6 billion a year spent on fun days out for illegal immigrants. Fun days out. Just let that sink in. While you're at work, working your backbones off to put food on your table, these are getting over £6 billion to go to the beach, to go to theme parks. Take your pick. That's it. £350,000 a month just on taxis to take them to their NHS appointments. The list is endless, folks. It needs to stop, and that's what this is about today. We need to draw attention to the issue, and we need to unite. That is the biggest thing right now. We all need to stand together and show that we're not going to go away. This is a serious problem. I've spoken to people today. Some of the biggest concerns are about the future of their children. Their children, people. It's crazy. The government have shown time and time again that it is these foreign people that they're putting before the British public, in every sense of the word. So these will continue. There is going to be another one in around about 3 weeks. But you'll see that on Facebook, we'll put that around. And again, we've got to get a round of applause for George. Bringing people together, enjoying the day, but still getting our message across. So again, thank you ever so much for turning up. What I'll do now, is I will hand you over to Mr. Ian Jarvis. He's an expert in his field. He has got a website, which I'm sure we'll plug it to you. But he's got some good things to say to people listening, and you might learn a thing or two. Mr. Ian Jarvis.
Well, I came in this morning. I thought what a wonderful group this is, standing here. Just before I start, I've been working for many years using, objecting to the 5G pass going on. Digital ID cannot be done without 5G. That's the first thing to remember. So if you don't want it, you've got to start stopping them from putting the damn things up. Okay? Now, I can help you with that. We've got groups around the country. Stuart's next to me here, who he knows how to contact me. And I will be speaking later on, as he'll tell you. But this little bit, I've put it down so I'll be precise and concise as well. So let's go into digital ID then. This is just one small step. Another step, another step. We've got driving licenses, you might say, we have passports. We have a loyalty card for Sainsbury's, who, by the way, other supermarkets do exist and have loyalty cards. We have a bus pass. I could go on and on, of course. So why don't we link, you might say, why don't we link all those things together into one digital ID? What's the problem? Put it on the cloud. Of course, I'm sure that all of you here know that the cloud is not anything fluffy and imaginative. It is those big data centers that are going up all around the world that are using cities' worth of electricity and swimming pools' worth of water. Just to give you a little bit of convenience and a better search facility. So that's going to give you convenience to buy one of these, just something like this, and scan it with your digital device, whatever your digital device happens to be. It's useful to note that Spain has got an identification card, and it's had it for several years. I lived there for a couple of years, so I can speak with knowledge. The Madrid bombers had ID cards. Didn't stop them, did it? That's utter nonsense. It's only a card, but if you show it in the shop, it goes into a centralised database, even a card. In the UK, that's going to be the National Identity Register, which is already being created. So in Spain, when I was in little shops selling artist materials, I wanted to buy just a small paintbrush, an artist paintbrush for my partner. I had to show a piece of paper, give a number. Was that to prove who I am to the shopkeeper? Was the shopkeeper interested in who I was? Not in the slightest. All she was interested in was that I was there to buy a small paintbrush and to exchange a small amount of euros for that. That was it. We didn't care about anything else. But not the government. Even then. The government wanted to record the fact that a temporary immigrant had visited this particular shop and linked that to a transaction. Not just to my identity, it was the shop's identity. It was the shopkeeper's identity. It was the shop assistant's identity that would go into all that transaction. And that was happening millions of times a day in every city, every town in the world. And nobody had the blindest interest in that at all. Now, that's going to be residual data. That has been classified by the Googles of the world as residual data, and it's having a value attached to it. Now it is interest to anybody. Anybody can get your data now. Legal or illegally, they can get hold of that. Hacking it, whatever. Nobody can stop us. The shopkeeper in that shop in Spain can't stop us. I can't stop it, the government can't stop it, no government can stop it, because anybody can get hold of it, hacking or not. The disadvantage of speaking with paper on a windy day, it gives us lots of fun to laugh at. We can make it a comedy act. So one thing we must also remember is that many government departments, there was a law passed a few years ago, many government departments can do legal actions and not be held accountable to them in the course of their duty. So just remember that. They can do illegal things, you can't. But the other important thing is it's not just when you buy something, when you pay somebody, it's everything. Look around at cameras. Can't see many around here, but they'll be there somewhere. That could be one up there, in fact. And it could be recording us all at the moment. It's not just holiday snaps they're taking. You know, it's, here we go. It's not just holiday snaps, not just for fun. They won't just sit on a digital shelf somewhere. They're linking us all together. They're thinking, oh, somewhere we've seen that guy talking. What are all these other people doing around with him? We know that Jarvis fellow. We know what he talks about. Now, if they suddenly decide that what I'm speaking about is incitement to riot, incitement to protest, incitement to rally, what if they do that? They're not particularly bothered about what I talk about at the moment. My name isn't Tommy Robinson, of course. But what if they do tomorrow? And what if they link all you people together with me? You may think, well, I'm doing nothing bad, why does it matter? And that's the same with me at the moment. I'm doing nothing bad, they think, but tomorrow they could think what I'm doing today is something they want me to do tomorrow. And that's where we get stuck. And with all this data that's being held on there, what happens when it goes wrong? What happens when we have a power cut? We've all seen over the past few years, only the past few years, outages. They've got this nice word, haven't they, the outage. We've had an outage for regulates. An outage. IBM Peninsula just last week, the week before, the whole system went out, right across. I've got a picture of it taken from space, all black, everything went out, and I know that because I contacted some of my friends out there, and had definitely gone. Now, there are several places you can find out what was caused that. They actually had too much solar power on the network, on the grid. Too much solar power. When solar power is in the ascendant like that, it is unstable, and they didn't have enough regular power generation to stabilise the system. That's going to happen more and more. Have you noticed that? The more hacks, the more things keep going right. How many times can you go to a supermarket, or have you heard of a supermarket, a bank, Jaguar Rover, even all these companies are now being hacked and losing their systems. Jaguar, famous in where I come from, where I'm living at the moment in the Midlands, have had to lay off their staff for about a month now. They're starting to get some of them back. This is going to get more common all the time, and your data is going to be part of that as it all gets together. It's not about emptiness. The biggest company and protection for companies, and that's becoming a really big and lucrative instrument. Look up the website of CrowdStrike and you will see they've got all sorts of things now that they're doing. They're making a lot of money now out of all this hacking. So it's not about collecting data either. It's just one small step. It's about a whole new world backed up by our National Identity Register. A world where someone else will be in control of your life. Like now, your children have to ask you for permission to do something. Mummy, Daddy, can I have? The new world, you will be asking your and our Mummy, Daddy will be the computer. And the default answer when you say, can I do something, will be no. Until you can prove, even if you're a dragon, that's George, you will prove that you are actually allowed that. And that is the word. Remember those words like that, allowed, to do something, to have something.
Everybody for coming out today, 12 o'clock on a Monday morning, and people are showing up, and it's showing that as a community, we are fed up. We really do want change. For so long, if you spoke out, you was called racist and told to shut up. Well now, today, we're here together to say no, we will not be silenced. We will not be called racist because we have concerns for the safety of our mothers, our daughters and our sisters. It's wrong and it has to stop. You walk down Freeman Street, listen, I'm 26 actually now, right? You walk down Freeman Street and you see how it's changed. You have gangs of foreign men talking foreign languages that you can't understand, and people say, well, what's the difference between a gang of British men or a gang of foreign men? Well, at least you can understand what language they're speaking and if they're going to pose a threat to you. You look at the crime statistics. men from Afghanistan are between 3 and 20 times more likely to be convicted of sexual assault. That is putting our children, our family at risk, and we cannot allow it anymore. So we've got to continue protesting, show that we're united. And when you're speaking to people and people go, oh, you're an old generation, you're an old fogey racist. Look around you. It's not just old people, there's young people, there's women, there's men. This is everybody. So many people are fed up. All I can say is when they're told that it's racist to fly your flag, to fly the Union flag or fly the St George's, if I become leader of North East Lincolnshire Council next year, I can assure you, Victoria Street, St Peter's Avenue, Immingham, all over, we will fly our flags, we'll be proud of who we are, because if we lose that, we lose our culture, identity. But it's not just illegal or legal immigration, is it? It's also the problem with the woke culture. You look at the way our police service has changed. People don't have respect for the police anymore. They don't rule by consent, they rule through fear. It's become overly politicised. They drive around in rainbow cars and do the haka. They shouldn't be. They should be policing and keeping people safe. That's got to stop. When you report a crime, there's your crime reference number. But you say something offensive online, politically incorrect, they've got the van outside your house and the battering ram ready, and you'll be put away for it. We're starting to live in a communist country. It's dangerous and we can't go on like this. One final little story I'm going to share with you now. So I'm a councillor in that building over there, and I stood up and I said, colleagues, we should write to the Home Office and say, North East Lincolnshire is full. We do not want any more illegal immigrants under the dispersal scheme. Common sense, right? Common sense. Not a single person would back me up. They stayed silent. These are people in that room that are ex-UKIP people. These are Conservatives who traditionally are supposed to love this country and love the armed forces. I'm afraid that building over there, and I'm ashamed to be part of it right now, is stuffed full of hypocrites, it's stuffed full of virtue signallers, and in May next year, regardless of what your political opinions are right now, I can assure you, if reform get in, we will make the change that's needed. We won't be able to fix everything, but we will go at it with an approach that we put British citizens first, we put local taxpayers first, and we prioritise the people that are actually paying for the services. And with that in mind, I just want to say a massive thanks to John for arranging this today. Honestly, round of applause for John. He's done a great job. As he said, in 3 weeks' time there'll be another one at People's Park. Make sure you come out, make sure you bring your friends and family. The way is up, and we've got to beat our number next time. Thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oliver Daniel, the only one to bother his ass today to turn up, address you, and address the situation going on in this town. So again, thank you very much, it was appreciated. And I hope if nothing else, it's given you another idea, another option to vote for if you've never thought reform before. What we'll do is going to hand over to this lovely chap next to me. He's going to give you a bit of a spiel about what goes on a weekly basis down at Willesby Woods, and maybe you can join in. I'll pass you over.
So guys, the guy is clearly left. He said to somebody else that he was actually speaking to that he was actually scared that some member of the public from over here was going to go and attack him. He said a group of his friends that was meant to be here with him not turned up because they were scared, because they're believing what the mainstream media are putting out there. Far right, thugs, this, that, the other. How many times have I been out there? He's seen my content as well. How many times have I been out there and it's been the Palestine protesters that have been the violent ones. It's been the far left that have been violent and thuggish. Also got that copper shut down very fast, indeed. She took my name, she took me details. Great, cool, I do not care. I am a videographer, I do what I need to do, and that is simply it. We will go and ask her questions. Actually, in fact, right now, let's go. Hello. Is there a reason why I would have needed an actual press card?
Because you said you were from the press, so I was asking for your ID.
Yeah, but you understand, like, the law in this country, citizen journal. How come you're walking away? You're a police officer, and you're walking away from a member of the public asking you a question. Why? And look at that, guys. Look at that. Not even the police can answer my questions on why I needed a citizen journalist card. Why I needed any journalist card whatsoever. All she wanted to do was take my details and run. That is it. That is it, guys. Right? I am a journalist. Whether people like the stuff I post on the internet or not, that is for everybody else's opinion. Right? I post what I need to post. And even the police liaison officer for this march cannot answer why. The law in this country, all you need is an online following of some sort. That could be your mum and your sister following you on Facebook. And this is what I mean by it. A journalist purpose to qualify, you must be using data for journalism and believe that publication is in the public interest. If you believe that it is in the public interest, no matter your online following, you can still be a citizen journalist. On your Facebook page, and you can call yourself a citizen journalist. That is it. Okay? So I'm now out here with nobody to answer my questions because the police liaison officer has run off. The counter demo protest argy-bargy thing has gone because apparently he was scared. Nobody here, since the speakers have stopped speaking, nobody here has turned around to target them. They've turned around and have started having a conversation. Just pan over there and look. They're just having conversations between themselves, and that's it. They're having conversations between themselves. All right, mate. Always do, mate. But yeah, they're just having conversations amongst themselves, getting pat down, having conversations with like-minded people, and nobody's turned around to target this man that is no longer there. It's stupid that even the police female from Scunthorpe 907 liaison officer for this march will not speak to me. She will not speak to me. You don't need a badge. You don't need one. I've got one because it lets me through police lines, but you don't need one.